Hi, my name is Swami Subramaniam. I'm a dev on the version control Team Foundation version control team, and I work on the version control proxy. This presentation will give an overview of proxy, where proxy fits in with respect to the other Team Foundation components, some details on the proxy internals, demo of the proxy install and the runtime, and finally some details on how we use proxy within Microsoft. So as you can see from the description given on the slide, downloading files to an user's workspace is a very common version control operation, but at the same time it's a bandwidth intensive operation as well, especially in a distributed development environment where teams located at remote sites may have to download the files from the servers deployed at the corporate headquarters over a slow bandwidth WAN network. So in these type of scenarios, the proxy can be deployed at these remote locations in order to improve the download experience over such a low bandwidth networks. At a high level, proxy works by caching files in its file cache, and then serving the request from the clients by trying to locate the files in its cache. If the file is not there, then it will download the files from the Team Foundation application tier. It will add it to its local file cache and then return the file back to the client. And then any subsequent request from the clients for that specific file will be served from the cache itself. Also, proxy can cache multiple versions of the same file. In TFS, we assign a unique ID for each version of a file. We call it a file ID. So proxy uses this unique file ID to store and locate files in its cache. Also, proxy stores files in a compressed format. As you may already be aware, version control stores files in a compressed format in its data store. The client, before uploading a file, it compresses the file using the gzip support in Whitby, and then it's transmitted in a compressed format, also stored in a compressed format in the database. So any transmission that takes place between the proxy and the application tier, or between the TFS clients and the proxy, it's all in the compressed format. There are some exceptions to this, wherein the file size actually grows instead of shrinking. Say for instance in a JPEG file. So in those cases we actually don't compress the files, we just store and transmit them in its the raw format. This diagram shows where proxy fits in with respect to the rest of the Team Foundation components. So in this diagram you can see wherein we have a main office where we have the Team Foundation data tier and the application tier is installed, and in this case we also have a set of TFS clients that are located in the main office, wherein they directly connect to the Team Foundation application tier. But we also have an office at a remote location wherein a set of TFS clients needs to connect to Team Foundation application tier, but they are constrained by a low bandwidth connection here. So we can install a proxy at the remote location, and then the clients can be configured to connect to the proxy. Once the clients are configured, any version control download request will hit the proxy. Proxy will try to locate the requested file in its local cache. If the file is not there, it's going to request the application tier for that specific file, downloads the file,